Hey there, podcast lovers. Looking for a fresh take on the world? Tune into Nikki's World, where we dive into everything hitting the headlines and chat about just what's on our minds. No filters, just real talk. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day, Nikki's World is your go-to for genuine commentary on the real world. Subscribe now if you want to hear the real deal on what's going on. Join the conversation on Nikki's World, where every episode feels like catching up with an old friend. Don't miss out.
What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about the weekend meltdown that the leftists were doing this weekend, and then we gotta talk about the trade tariff war that started this morning. So we're gonna talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, seriously, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for a price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Ko-fi, guys. If you guys want to support, sponsor, donate, and tip to Nikki's World, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links. First off is Minds.com. Minds.com is the Connecticut based social media company. They are an alternative to Facebook. So if you guys value your right to freedom of speech and you guys want to say it without fear of censorship from the left and authoritarian governments, you guys can sign up at minds.com. Also, guys, I do have an affiliate link with Byrna. Byrna is the less lethal company. They make the less lethal pistols and rifles. They make their Byrna SD, Byrna LE, their TCR, and their Mission 4. So if you guys value your Second Amendment right and you guys want to do it in a less lethal manner, you guys can go right on ahead to Byrna.com. They will hook you up with the best, less lethal options out there on the planet. And oh, by the way, guys, they are an American made company. So this is one way to support an American made company. And also, guys, if you know someone who needs to wear adult diapers like I do, and you know they need to be put in diapers like I do, guys, you guys can send them on over to North Shore Medical Supply, guys. North Shore Medical Supply makes their top of the line Megamax diapers, which, by the way, are my go to favorite diapers, guys. So if you know anyone that needs to wear adult diapers, that needs to be put in diapers, send them on over to North Shore Medical Supply. They will hook them up with the top of the line Megamax diapers. And I can tell you this, guys, I love them very much and I wear them all the time. So if you know someone that needs them, send them on over and they will hook them up. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Wait, wow. Yeah, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. And yes, I am diapered up as always, guys. I am diapered up in my North Shore Megamax diapers and I have my little comforts onesie on. So I'm diapered up, padded up, and I'm ready to rock with y'all today. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? So today is the start of this trade war with all the countries. And as you know, this trade war is the result of NAFTA all the way back during the Bush Rhino days and the Clinton days, okay? This all goes back. We're fixing the mistakes that happened in the 1990s, ladies and gentlemen. This trade war came about because of this, guys. Right now, the stock market, right now, it's taking a dive, which means to a lot of investors out there, it's a great time to buy. A lot of investors that are selling their shares saying, "Oh, what's Trump doing? Trump should be doing this. Oh, there's panic in the market." Where was the panic when Joe Biden was destroying the economy and sending jobs all the way to overseas to his buddies in China? Where was the panic in that, guys? Where was the panic? Everybody now is panicking because, oh, Trump's trying to destroy the market. Trump's trying to cause a recession in this country. No, we're trying to correct the mistakes that happened over 31 years ago. And now people are panicking over it. Okay? The fact is, guys, Trump's playing like 4D chess while everyone is playing checkers, okay? Everyone else in the world is playing checkers while while Trump's playing 4D chess here, okay? And then just this morning, guys, you got countries like what? The EU, Vietnam, Taiwan, Argentina, they're coming to the table with a deal to not be tariffed by Trump. That's winning right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's winning. Because here's the thing, what people don't realize. When we make our goods here in the United States of America, we can't be able to sell that overseas. We get roadblocked. We pay so much taxes in their country just to be able to sell our goods and products. But when they make their goods overseas and they want to ship it and sell in America, oh no, we can't tax them. They just barge right on in. But it's not fair to us that we have to pay their tax, but they're not paying ours. That that's not how the world works, guys. Okay? And then the other thing added to this, all the jobs, all the manufacturing that we did in the past got shipped overseas. COVID highlighted the insecurity of manufacturing. Like, say, for example, pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, okay? Every type of manufacturing out there, all right? COVID highlighted that we need manufacturing security in this country. We need to make our own goods here in this country. But if we want those same goods that are manufactured overseas, we should be having them over here as well. I'll give you an example. my adult diapers, okay? My adult diapers from North Shore Megamax, they're not made in America. They're made in China. Now imagine if we can get the same diaper manufacturing plant in China made right here in America, we would not only employ people who make the diapers, who sell the diapers, who ship the diapers, you know what I mean? We would keep the manufacturing here in America. The people on the left, they all want to be lazy freeloaders and they want the government to be their fucking damn mommy and daddy. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, when you bring jobs back, we also will bring automation back. That means the whole plant will be automated. There'll probably be few workers just maintaining the machines, the robots, and making sure everything is humming along. But you got people today, and I'm gonna tell you this: you got people on the left, and you got people in Wall Street who are gonna gaslight the effing motherfucker out of y'all, saying, "Oh, Trump's gonna cause a recession, Trump's gonna cause a trade war, and all this." The people who are saying that are the ones who ship the jobs overseas, who ship manufacturing for cheap labor in return for cheap goods. Yeah, those are the people who are causing the panic, who are gaslighting the ever living effing motherfucker out of y'all. They're causing the panic because they're the ones that shipped all the jobs overseas, closed down the plants in all the small towns, the medium towns out there in America. They're the ones that caused all this shit. And now they're gaslighting you saying, oh, Trump's going to cause a recession. Trump's going to cause a panic. Trump's going to cause this and this and this. They're the ones, ladies and gentlemen, that caused all this shit. They're the ones that ship jobs overseas. Trump's trying to bring jobs back to America. Trump's trying to level the playing field by saying like this: oh, if I manufactured diapers here in America, then I should be able to sell them in, say, Canada or Taiwan or Japan and not and still not be tariffed or still make a good deal. The fact of the matter is, guys, tariffs are a good thing. They level the playing field. They give American manufacturing companies equal footing. I'll give you another example, guys. The company that I always advertise here, which is Byrna. Byrna is an American made company made right here in the United States of America in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're made right here in the good old US of A. Yeah. And then their CEO just this morning went on Fox News saying that he's bringing his supply chain to America so he does not have to face the tariffs. That's the kind of business model that companies should be doing, okay? If they don't want to face tariffs, bring your manufacturing and supply chain to America. Bring your bring your factory. Bring your supply chain along with it to America. Anywhere in US of A. Anywhere. Bring it along. Byrna is doing the same thing. And I support Byrna 100% because they're bringing their supply chain to America. They're even exporting it to countries like Argentina, which we are working a good trade deal with. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, guys, the left, the Democrats, and Wall Street is panicking. They're panicking is because they know Trump is the art of the deal. Trump knows business better than the fucking Democrats will ever learn. Trump knows how to get business deals done. Why do you think he built his empire before he gave it to his kids and then ran for president? Why do you think he built that empire? Why do you think he built all those tall buildings in New York City? Why do you think he did it? Because he was the master of deal making. He was the art of the deal. All right? That's why, guys, if you want to know what Trump is thinking, read his book in The Art of the Deal. Read his book. Watch all those episodes on the where Trump was saying, "You're fired," you know? Watch those because that's how he does business. And if you don't know how he does that, y'all better learn because I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna learn one way or the fucking other, guys. Y'all gonna fucking learn. But I will say this. I will say this. Don't panic. Don't panic about Wall Street taking a nosedive. They're panicking just because they want you to panic along with them. They want you to be scared out of your diaper. They want you to be scared out of your thick diaper because the moment they can get you to panic, the moment that they can get the whole country to go along with it. Don't panic. When the stock market takes a dip, that's a good time to buy. That's a good time to buy because a lot of companies are going to sit there and go like this. I'm flushed with cash. I could build that second factory that I always wanted, or I could open up the second or third production line I always wanted. Yeah, that means like that. And then in return, when they make all that money, you as an investor is going to recoup that money in the form of a dividend. Yeah. So don't panic, ladies and gentlemen. Don't panic. Don't go like how all the media outlets are doing, where they're panicking right now, where they're saying, "Oh, the tariff fuel global sell-off." Yeah, they're panicking because here's the reason, guys. They don't know how to control Donald Trump. They don't, and they won't, and they never will, guys. Because I'm telling you right now, they're panicking because they know they caused all this mess. They caused all this mess, and Trump is basically fixing the ship. He's fixing the shit that they caused. And they're panicking because they're going like this. Oh, it's a global sell-off. Oh, it's a global sell-off. Trump's trying to cause a recession. Or if I heard some circles, Trump's trying to cause a depression. No, dude. No. We're just fixing the mistakes that your parents caused in the 1990s when they voted for Bill Clinton, who in turn voted for NAFTA. And if you don't know what NAFTA is, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you Google it, ask it any chat GPT out there about it, ask anyone out there about it, or anyone who was alive during the 1990s. Because I can tell you what NAFTA did to this country is why Trump wants to bring manufacturing back to America. NAFTA gave the rawest deal to the American worker. The American worker had their plant closed, they were laid off, their jobs got sent to countries like what? Vietnam, China, Bangladesh, India for cheap labor. Yeah. And then like this. People in the country thought, oh, that's great, cheap labor and all that. But then you get what? Cheap inferior goods, which causes fatal accidents, which I wouldn't be surprised if Boeing imported steel or aluminum from countries that have inferior standards that cause all the crashes that we're seeing. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be. But that's why it's like this. Tariffs are good because tariffs level the playing field. They level the playing field so much, guys, that American companies can compete equally in the same footing as every other company. They can compete equally. And plus, if companies ship their goods or ship their manufacturing overseas and they try to bring it back to the United States and sell it here in the United States, we can slap them with a tariff and say, well, because you wanted to ship manufacturing or you wanted to ship diaper manufacturing to say countries like China, but then you want to sell it back to America, guess what? We're going to impose your company a tariff. Yeah, we're going to impose a tax on your company. Yeah, that alone will get their company's accountants or the chief financial officers to say, this is unsustainable. We can't, the books are saying we can't financially stay in business if we're going to be constantly paying tariffs just to just to get our manufactured goods from China back to America to sell it here in America. They're going to look at it going like this. We might as well open up a diaper manufacturing plant in, say, I'll give you an example, say Indiana, or say in Pennsylvania, or say in Kentucky. You know, they're going to have to consider it because a lot of these companies that have businesses in, say, China, Mexico, Vietnam, Taiwan, because of the cheap labor, they're going to be the ones that are paying the tax. And they're the ones that are going to foister it onto you, the consumer. Yeah. So this is why, guys, this tariff, okay, is the reason why we had an uneven deal when we were trading with other countries. This tariff rights the wrong. This tariff gives us equal footing, ladies and gentlemen. It gives us equal footing. It gives us the ability, ladies and gentlemen, to trade equally with other countries. Okay? That's why the reciprocal tariffs are in place. And that's why you see countries right now like Argentina, like Taiwan, like Vietnam, okay? Like the EU. They're all trying to come to America to make a trade deal with the United States. They're trying to be able to say like this to our companies that yes, you guys will be allowed to sell your goods in America. You guys will be able to sell that in America and you guys will not have to face tariffs, okay? Yeah, so that's why Trump is winning. Trump's winning in this, guys, because he's forcing companies and countries who basically send our jobs, our manufacturing overseas to make cheap products that get sold back into America on basically Amazon or Temu or Sheen or Albi. Yeah. So now American made companies like Byrna will be able to compete equally. Yeah. This is why we have these tariffs in the first place. It's because American companies have been getting screwed over. Okay? They've been getting shafted over for this. They literally have. And because of American companies have been getting shafted, screwed over, and basically being treated raw, we're now paying the price for it. Okay? The tariffs are righting the wrong. Don't let the left, don't let Democrats, don't let liberals, don't let Wall Street gaslight you in thinking tariffs are a bad thing. Okay? Don't let them. This is one of the left's Darvo tactics. And as Dan Bongino has said before he became deputy FBI director, he always said like this: once you see the left's like Darvo tactics, you can never ever unsee it ever again. You can never ever, because I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you this. Them gaslighting you is that they're trying to get you to panic like them. That's why I'm not panicking. Because you know why? It's righting the wrong. It's saying to America, guys, that we are trying to bring this country back. We are trying to bring America back. We are trying to right the wrong in this country. Okay? We are trying to bring manufacturing back. Even companies like Byrna, which I fully support, I even advertise for them on my show. They're bringing their manufacturing back. They're bringing in their supply chain back. They have, I believe, from what the Byrna CEO has said, about 92% of their manufacturing is done in America. Only about, like, what, 8% is because of the parts from overseas. They're trying to bring that back. So I applaud Byrna for doing that. And Byrna is an American made company. That's why I support Made in America. And y'all should too, guys. Okay? Y'all should start supporting Made in America. Because Made in America is best quality in the world. Because you can even drive to their factories, and some factories probably have a storefront right next the building right next door, and you can see the quality right then and there. And this is why I support Made in America. And my philosophy is this: if it's not made in America, and it ain't made at all. And this is why I'm pushing for companies like North Shore to get diaper manufacturer companies to come in America, or to even set up a diaper manufacturing plant in the United States of America. Yeah, it's that simple, guys. It's that simple. The fact that I support it, the fact that I want it in this country, the fact that, yeah, I want to see it, hell yeah, is that I want to know like this, that there are companies that will have jobs, that will hire Americans, that will make American products, that will sell American products. And if they want to export it to other countries, that we can export it without being tariff so sky high that it costs the company their bottom line. Yeah, it's that simple. To me, these tariffs mean that we mean business, that we want jobs back. We want the economy back. We want to grow the economy. We want to grow the job market. We want to grow the infrastructure in this country. We want to grow. Okay? The fact that we are basically trying to get this economy back after what? The Biden inflation, calling it transitory and all that, where he printed X amount of money but with no goods. Yeah, that's why the economy is in shambles because of that. Okay? The economy is in shambles. All right? So that's why I tell people, do not panic. Don't listen to the freak, okay? Don't listen to the idiot, okay? Do not panic. The panic is because the Wall Street, the left, does hates Donald Trump so much that they're willing to crash Wall Street to make Trump look bad. They're willing to do that. But I'm betting you this. They're going to change their tune once they see companies build manufacturing back in states like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, California, Texas, Florida. Once they start seeing that, they're going to be like this. Oh, cool. Apple is going to build a manufacturing plant in California, or they're going to build a manufacturing plant in Pennsylvania. Cool. You see? So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, don't panic. Do not panic. I'm telling you, do not panic, guys. Do not. Do not. If I were to right now, and I'm gonna do this on my phone, and if I'm looking at the Bitcoin market, okay, if I'm looking at it, and I have Coinbase, guys. The Bitcoin market is a bit down right now, but they're only down not that steep. They're only down like about a few points, but the stock market's a little bit down further. And if I look at the market right now, yeah, only a few are doing good. Only a few. But I will say this. Do not fucking panic, guys. Do not, guys. Do not. Do not, okay? So don't panic, all right? Don't. Don't, all right? So anyway, let's turn let's turn the page to this new topic I want to talk about. All right, let's turn the page. I want to talk about this weekend like color revolution that the left wanted to, that the left did nationwide, which they wanted to do their temper tantrum because of Trump and Elon Musk. Kind of find out this past weekend, guys, and thanks to Laura Loomer and her reporting, that some of these leftist activist groups busting people to these protest sites, paid these people money to protest. Yeah, they paid these people X amount of dollars to protest because many of these leftist groups can't do it by themselves. So they go on Craigslist and hire a bunch of these like leftist wackos to protest for them. And they go to college campuses paying people to protest for them. Yeah, yeah. So this past weekend, and thanks to a lot of reporting, I'll give you this one article from Zero Hedge. Democrat activate NGO machine for weekend color revolution operation against Trump. And this article is by Tyler Durden. The Democrat Party's favorability among Americans have plunged into a record low. In an attempt to reverse this decline, the rudderless party of leftist lunatics have openly launched a domestic color revolution, facilitated by a shadowy network of billionaire-funded NGOs. Yep. So this weekend's temper tantrum was funded by leftist Democrat NGOs and the Democrat Party, who basically lost the election, has been like left rudderless, and they're trying to find a way, guys, to win over people. But their usual tactics of what, having leftist protests, temper tantrums, and all that shit. That's not winning us over, guys. That's just making you like feel more stupid than ever, guys. Pretty much. Pretty much. And then even on the red state, the nationwide hands-off marches pretend to be peaceful protests, but they are only a deceptive smokescreen. And then I'll read you the headline. As the Red State reported on February, just weeks after the inauguration of Donald Trump as the 47th president, there were planned nationwide protests in all 50 state capitals to reject Project 2025 or something. It seems like this. The left is still trying to cause a civil war in this country. They are trying to cause a fight in this country. They basically, because they hate Donald Trump so badly that they are trying to cause a civil war. Coincidentally, guys, the leftists, they don't even know how to operate a gun, let alone a lawnmower, okay? Yet they cry when they have to eat meat, and they wouldn't know which bathroom to use, okay? Coincidentally, all these people are what? Fat, ugly, obese leftists who can't even walk 10 feet from their wheelchair to the kitchen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that some of them are what? Are what? Cosplaying dudes who pretend to be women, or cosplaying women who pretend to be men. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are what the leftists bring out to their protests and temper tantrum, guys. These are. These are. And the groups behind this, guys, and the groups behind these protests are nothing more than leftist NGOs like ActBlue and Indivisible. Those are the two major leftist Democrat piggy banks that fund their protests, that fund their riots and all that. They literally are, guys. And then you got this article, okay? You got this article from InfoWars. Geo-fenced every event. Democrats caught staging another inorganic color revolution operation against Trump. Okay? And this is by InfoWars that got it off Zero Hedge, and I'll read you this. The far left billionaire funded NGO, closely aligned with the rudderless, imploding Democrat Party, has been waging a psychological warfare operation against the American people. Framed as grassroots, the party of hate and violence, evident in their Tesla takedown color revolution aimed at killing Tesla to pressure Elon Musk on Doge, has been building momentum in recent weeks to sage into the anti-Trump protest weekend. Mm-hmm. And then their goal is to manufacture the illusion Trump is widely unpopular, leveraging the vast network of dark money funded NGO that supply a rent of protesters to rallies. Mm-hmm. Yep. Many of the reporting, even from Laura Loomer, has found out that many of these protesters are paid to protest. They're paid. The people you see directing the protesters are the ones that wear what? The the yellow vest and all that, or the megaphone telling these paid protesters where to go, what sign to hold, what chants, and all that. Yeah, they're being paid. They're being paid, and some of them don't even have a freaking clue what they're protesting about. Hmm. That's why it's like this. The left is desperate because all their tactics have been exposed. All their schemes have been exposed thanks to Doge, thanks to conservative media. They've been exposed. Every time I see leftists staging a protest like this, I go like this. Which one of you guys is being paid to stand there for hours to hold a sign? Which one of you guys are being paid? Which one of you was promised that they would pay your your meal plan at your college for it? Which one of y'all? Uh-huh. Doesn't surprise me, guys. It doesn't surprise me that they're staging this. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Even on post millennial, Frontlines, leftists at Soros-funded hands-off protests claim democracy is dying and Trump is a dictator. And I'll read you the headline. Left-wing protesters who gathered in Washington, D.C. on Saturday as part of the nationwide hands-off demonstration said they were protesting everything happening in the country right now under Trump administration, comparing the democratically elected president to a dictator and a king. The left thinks Trump is a dictator and a king. Then what's North Korea's Kim Jong Un? And what's the Iranian dictator to y'all? Man, these people don't know what living under an authoritarian dictatorship looks like. These people live in what they call a mental delusion, a fantasy, a pipe dream. They live under this because they don't know what it actually means. They don't, guys. They don't. They literally don't, guys. The fact of the matter is, guys, these people live in a delusion. They live in delusion. They live they live in like this altered reality which doesn't mirror up to what actual reality is. They don't. They don't, guys. And I'm telling you, these people who are at this protest can't even cite why they're protesting, can't even come up with a coherent statement on why they were doing this. Even if like a neutral media outlet came and asked them, "Hey, I'm from Al Jazeera or I'm from BBC or Sky News. What are you guys protesting about? Can you tell me the reason and all this?" They can't even cite all that. They would think they would think that, oh, you're the liberal, you're not the approved media. The approved media is what? Eight like ABC, CBS, NBC, NBC, MSNBC, or as I call it, the Communist News Network, CNN. Yeah, or what? The failing New York Times, the Washington Compost, or the smearing Atlantic. Yeah, but even here in my home state, where the Connecticut Centennial, here's what we saw at the Greenwich Hands Off protest that was promoted by the Connecticut Communist Party. Mm-hmm. And I'll read you the headline. The Connecticut Communist Party joined their leftist comrades in arms at the hands-off protests across the state on Saturday, including Greenwich. Naturally, we were curious as to how many elected officials, friends, and neighbors from the Greenwich would line up the same side as communists to oppose cutting government waste, fraud, and abuse. You'd think that stopping 2.7 trillion in improper payments to dead people and people no longer eligible for government programs, for instance, would be easy thing to agree, but not for this crowd. Yeah. So put put this in a whole nutshell, all wrapped up. You have leftist NGO groups like ActBlue and Indivisible who are funding these leftist protests around the country, who are funding these insurrections, these riots, these looting, burning, and protests. You wonder why these people are not arrested. These people are not prosecuted. These people are not thrown in prison. If any of these leftist groups did this shit in any other country outside of the West, I fucking guarantee you they would be hunted down to extinction. And if they're caught in any other country doing that, they would be thrown in prison, never heard from ever again, and their family and everyone around them would be hunted down as well. Guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen. Guarantee you. But the fact is, guys, these leftist NGOs who are all funded by the Democrat Party are basically trying to keep their fraud, waste, and corruption going. If these Democrats ran a business like that outside of the government, they'd be fucking bankrupt by now. They'd be broke. They'd be like, they'd be done. They'd be finito. They'd be bankrupt. But the fact of the matter is, guys, the fact of the matter is that you got these NGOs, okay? Many of these NGOs, they are funding this rent a riot, rent a protest. They are funding these leftists, okay, to protest for them. But you don't see anyone from actual Indivisible or anyone from ActBlue actually doing the protesting. No, they just they just fund these lower groups to do the dirty work for them. But then it makes you wonder, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sitting here in my diaper and onesie, going like this. Why hasn't Pam Bondi hit these people in the head with Rico? I'm like looking at my Apple Watch and going, gee, when is Pam Bondi going to hit him with Rico? When? When? I'm, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting in my diaper and onesie, guys. I'm still waiting in that, but I sit there and I sit there and I wonder, when are they going to hit him with that? When are they going to hit him? When? It's like, gee, look at the time. When are they going to hit him with Rico? Because I would love to see them get hit with Rico. You know, I would love to. I would seriously love to see them get hit with Rico. Would love to see that any day of the week. Would really love to, guys. Yeah, would really love to. But I will tell you this, guys. Anytime you see a leftist protesting, ask yourself, who's paying these people to do it? Who's funding these people? And if you're in, say, downtown and you get caught up in a leftist protest and all this shit, my advice to y'all, take video footage. Take pictures, take video, post it up on social media, and and if you can't post it up on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, post it up on conservative social media outlets. Okay? We have what? Gab, Getter, MeWe, Minds, Parlor, okay? Rumble, Truth Social. Post it up on there. Because that way the left can't take it down, and it's up there for conservatives to say, oh man, what happened over there? You know, what happened there? Yeah, pretty much, guys. Pretty much. But I will say this, these leftists are rudderless. They know we won and we're going to continue winning. And I've said this many times on the show, Mr. President, I'm not sick and tired of all the winnings we're doing. I will stand there like this and say, sir, yes, sir, let's keep the winning going, sir. Hell yeah. I'm not tired of the winning. I want more winnings. And I'm telling you this, whenever you see the leftists have a meltdown, a protest, you know we're winning. You know we are winning. Okay? You know we're winning because we're fixing the mistakes that the Democrats have caused. We're fixing every mistake that they did, every screw up they did, we're fixing it. And then we're going to put it back together neatly, nicely, so our kids in the future can live off of it. It's that simple. It's that simple. And I'm telling you this, as someone who podcasts for a living, I want to be able to leave a legacy for the future and say, look, we I want to be able to sit in my nurse in the assisted living and in the nursing home and say, yes, I spoke up against all the leftist shit, all the leftist bullshit, all the leftist tyranny and all that shit. I spoke up. At least I championed those causes. I want to be able to say that as I'm sitting in the nursing home or in an assisted living facility in my diaper and onesie. I want to be able to say that, ladies and gentlemen. I really do, guys. I really do. Yeah, I really do. Wow, that was a damn well good show today. That was a damn hell of a good show. That was, guys. That was. And I want to say that, man. I want to say that with all that, man. I want to say that. But I also, before we go, look, guys, I got an email from North Shore last night saying that somebody came, like somebody clicked on my referral link from North Shore on my site here, and whoever did that, guys, I want to give a shout out. I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. If you are the one that used my referral link from the show here, guys, please drop me a comment, guys. Let me know that you used it. I appreciate that. And if you guys do, I will give you guys a shout out on the show. I will put your name in in the description saying that you brought something from my referral links, and I appreciate that very much, guys. I really do. Okay, I sincerely do, guys. I really do, guys. But anyway, guys, I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.